Alrighty. Today I will be replacing the rear view camera on my Ferrari FF. So the camera was there. This scratch has nothing to do with the camera damage or any of these, but the camera started fading, discoloring, and it was being oxidized a little bit, even though the car is 2016. So I just removed that camera and I'm going to install the new one. There's two bolts right here that hold the camera harness to the diffuser, and I'll show you how it's attached from the inside of the vehicle. Obviously, the best way is to take the entire bumper off, because I tried to take this diffuser off, but it is attached on clips to the rear bumper, and you have to take the entire bumper off because there's no way to access that from top of the exhaust mufflers and that. So the best way is to take the rear cover off, unscrew the bolts. There's one right here, right here, one right there, and another one all the way at the end. So 5 screws in total. Unscrew that and then just hold the rear diffuser down, and these are designed to move around. They're a little flexible, so you're not going to damage or misplace anything, and then access it that way. Taking it off was easy. It was a breeze. You just need an extender to get the screwdriver in there and unscrew it, but putting it back it's a hassle because I can't reach it. I can't align the harness to the camera hole. So what I'm going to do is fish a wire through, attach the camera harness, pull it back, and tape it right here to have it attached, and then kind of be held in place, and then go ahead and put the screws on from the other side. So I'm gonna get to it. So this is what I did. I used some weight, drop down some I don't know what is this, but drop down this thing, attach the camera to it. One thing I would say is mark which way is up on the camera. I've marked that with an arrow. Well, what you would hate happen is you put the camera in, attach all the screws, go through all the trouble, and then your feed is upside down. So and also, most importantly, covered the lens with some painter's tape, because this thing is not cheap. It's about $1,500 to $2,000 from certified Ferrari parts providers, and $2,500 to $3,000 from Ferrari dealers. On the used market, you can get these for about $1,200 USD to $1,500 USD. So this camera is not cheap. It's a whimsy piece. It's not full HD, but I mean, it has a Ferrari name associated with it, so it's crazy expensive. Cover your lens and make sure to mark which way is up. And the way you know that is there's writing on the back, and just align that writing to be the right side up, and that's the top of the camera. So that's the harness. It goes right here, and 2 screws go on each side. So I'm gonna fish it up, align it, and then tape the line right here somewhere to the bumper to hold it while I attach the screws. So the camera is in place, and honestly that took maybe 5 or 10 seconds. Surprisingly quick. The harness, or the thing I created, worked. Very proud of myself right now. But anyway, arrows facing up, it's perfectly in its place. And I didn't really tape it. It didn't feel strong enough for the tape. So what I did is I took the line and just wrapped it around the diffuser a couple times, and then tied it right here. So now I'm gonna go inside and put the screws in, and I bet you it's not gonna be as easy as I think, but at least that thing's being held in place. One recommendation I would make is make sure that when you start pulling the camera up, that it's already facing the right side up, because then it's just gonna sit on that, and then you can just drag it up. Because once you drag it up here, then it's very hard to maneuver it or spin around, because there's not enough space here to spin that around. So have it the right side up right here before you start dragging it up. And then the second recommendation I would make, what was I going to share that I learned? It's easier to just like lay flat and guide it with your right hand and pull the string with your left hand. So now I'm gonna get underneath and start putting the screws in. So this is the little screw that attaches the camera to the diffuser or the rear bumper. This is the extender I'm going to use to drive the screw in. You don't really need it. You can squeeze your hand in there. I just recommend wearing gloves because there's a lot of things to scratch your hands on, but I'm going to use the extender. You don't really need it. To make my job easier, what I did is I used my glue gun, hot glue gun, and just attached the screw bit. Let me get that in focus. Attach the screw bit to the screw itself, and it's holding pretty strong. So I'm just gonna that way I don't have to worry about it falling from the attachment or me losing the screw. So I just use a hot glue gun, and honestly you can use any glue, any sticky thing to make it easier. So now I'm gonna get under the car and drive it in. So I raised the car on my quick jack system, which is absolutely amazing. I can do a video on that maybe if that's something that you guys are interested in. I'm saying you guys as if I have any subscribers or viewers, honestly. I think I'm just talking to myself because I just started doing this. There's no views or no subscribers at this time. But anyway, so raise the car. Can you do it without raising the car? Yes. Is it as easy? No. So I recommend raising it, or at least doing it on a slope, so the car is kind of facing away from you. But anyway, so it's attached. So camera is installed. The first screw took about 2 minutes to install. The second one about 2 days and 2 minutes. And what came clutch is these two things: 90 degree or maybe 70, 75, 80 degree adapter for a screw, and this flexible drill adapter. And here's why. So when the first screw, let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. So no matter if you put the right one or the left one, the right once you put on the right one, the left one will not be easy to adjust, and vice versa, even if you don't tighten it all the way. And that's where these things made it really easy. So once I put the first one in, then it took me a long time to get the second one in, and then my dad came for rescue, and he's like, "You dumbass, why don't you use these two things?" And after he introduced me to these two things, it took me two additional minutes to install the second screw. But camera's up, no scratches, nothing, good to go.